So in the last class, we uh, completed the CRUD operations, right? So today we will complete modeling the tours. Right now we only have like a name, a rating, and price and duration. These are the only fields that we have in the tour model, right? So let's add all the fields. So if you observe the data here, right? So a tour usually has a name, duration, maximum group size, difficulty, ratings average, all these fields, right? So let's add all these things one by one. I'm going to keep this aside here for my reference. Okay, and then I'm going to make I will keep on adding now. Okay, I will pick up the tour model here. Okay, sorry, so I want this tour model here and this one on the right side, so let me keep it here. Okay, so let me close it here. And okay, so I'm fine with the name and the rating, price, duration. Okay, so we have all these things. Name, we have the duration, we have the price. The thing that is missing is the maximum group size. Let me get this. And the maximum group size equals to, it's an array. And of course, the maximum group size type would be number, and it's required one as well. We need to have a group size, how many people should be there in the group, right? Okay, and next the difficulty, obviously, right? So you can have difficulty and it's a like this, like either it will be easy, medium, hard, right? So you can type that now, type those things here, like type string required. Okay, and observe here. Okay, so there are three values: easy, medium, and hard, right? So those are the only difficulty. Those are the only values that we should allow, right? So that's why the type of the difficult is string. It's a required field, and enum is a field or a validator which will make sure that these are the only values that are allowed. Okay, so you have to mention enum and the values as this. Okay, and if anybody mentions any of these any other things, this will be the message that will be sent. Okay, okay, so let's move on. And this time after the difficulty, the next thing is we need to have, sorry, let's just write this. And of course we need summary, right? So summary is just the tour summary which is presented here. So let me just show you guys a website. Sorry, you can already see it here. It's natures.dev, but you have to add this www as well, www.natures.dev. Okay, so this is the tool that we are trying, this is the website that we are trying to make. Okay, as you can see here, uh, this has an image, this has the name, and it has the difficulty and the duration, and this is the summary and the location where it starts from, right? And uh, start date, how many stops are there, maximum group size, the price, the ratings, all these things. If you click on details, for some reason it's not working right now, but it was usually. So we would have to provide the details later on. Okay. Okay. So now let's try to add all these fields. Okay. So come back here. So after the difficulty, we need to have the summary, right? So the Codium is giving me already the code. So let me just tap it as. So of course there is summary of type string, and every tour must have a summary, right? It should be a mandatory one. So let's just have a required, a tour must have a summary. And this trim you might not know. This is to handle, like let's say you have something like this. If people have added a summary like without empty with empty spaces, and in the end lot of empty spaces, then all these things will be automatically removed. Trim will automatically remove all the spaces. Okay. Okay, so that's what I wanted to mention here, the trim. Okay, and after the trim, sorry, after the summary, we have the description, which is also a string, a longer uh, context about the tour, right? And of course, it's not mandatory. We can just keep summary as well. So let's not have the required field here. Okay. And finally, the image cover, right? Like the thing that you saw on the card itself, right? That is the image cover. And you can have multiple images as well. Okay, so this is the image cover, which is of the type string. Of course, we won't uh, load the entire image itself. Okay, you have to be sure about that. We will only store the path of the image. Okay, in the database, we will only store the path of the image, and the actual image will be stored in the file system here in the public folder later on. Okay, we have to have a folder here called as images, and that will be stored there, and the path will be stored in the place here. Clear? Okay, so now it's of type string. It's also required. Of course, it's not just one image. We can have multiple images stored for that particular tour. So we can have images, and if you want to store multiple values, then of course you have to do it like this: an array of string, an array of paths of images. Okay, I hope I'm very clear here, right? Okay, so then the thing that is missing is we have the rating. We don't have the rating average, I think, right? No, yes, rating average and ratings quantity. These two things are a bit related with the review system as well. But for the reviews, we need to have a different model. Like to a model, we need to have another model. Okay, for now, we are just going to keep it here as it is. Okay, so ratings average. Okay, and it's of type number, and we are going to keep the default as 4.5. Okay, and ratings quantity, like how many people have given ratings, it's of type number, and default, of course, nobody will be, so 0. And start dates, like when does the tour start? There can be multiple dates, so that's why we have kept multiple dates in a year. A particular a tour can be started in January, or like some other tour in December. There are multiple start dates, so you can have as many dates as you want. So array of date type. Okay, okay, so and this secret tour, I think it just came randomly. We don't need this secret tour. Let's take this out. And of course, we have to have the start location. Where does this tour start from? Right. So is that here start location? I think it's not mentioned in the mentioned in here. Oh, okay, so let's remove this. We can handle it later on. This location part is geolocation thing. We will handle it later on. Okay, don't worry about it for now. And of course, the coordinates as well. We don't need it. Okay, I think we have everything that we want for now, right? So let's just check once. We have the ID, we have the name, duration, we have maximum group size, we have the difficulty, ratings average, quantity, price summary, description, and we also have the image cover and images and start dates, everything, right? So we are good to go now, right? So let's just check by adding this one particular tour. Okay, let me pick this up. I'm going to copy this tour. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to pick it up my post request here, creating tour thing, right? Create tour, and here I'm going to paste this one. And definitely I don't want the ID because ID will be added automatically. So let me clear this out. Okay, and hit send, and it should actually create a route. But I think we have not started the server yet. CD server, and hit request. Sorry, we need to start it. npm start. Okay, so everything is successful. Let's hit send. We have an error here. It says JSON error, non-white space character. Okay, have we not handled the error properly? Let's just see here. Okay, we have an error. I think it might be an error here in the body. Yes, definitely. This is not necessary. Okay, hit send. Yes, we have successfully got the result here. As you can see here, it has got a new, it should get a new ID now, right? It's a new ID, and it's nicely formatted as well. All right. So let's just see how many, whether we have all the tools, get all tools. Click send. So we have total two tours. Before one, yesterday we created one, right? So that one, which is this, right? See, we didn't provide any values for the images and start dates, all these things. It has taken default values here. It has updated the old previous tour as well. And this is the new tour that it created today, right? Okay, so we will end the class here. Means, of course, I will send you more. I will forward you one more video today. Wait for it. Just model the tour data, tour model today. Okay, and this needs more polishing later on. Okay, for now, this should be good to go. Okay, thank you.